In 1970, everyone was watching a popular new movie starring Ali MacGraw and Ryan O'Neal. Both a romance and a tragedy, the movie had the simple name of Love Story. Twice in the film, words are spoken which were to become one of the most famous lines in movie history, often repeated in American culture. Love means never having to say you're sorry. Now, these words perhaps reflected well the misplaced notions of love of those days. Everyone was speaking of love, but few had any notion of what love really is. Few ever do. Already 2 years later, in the 1972 comedy What's Up, Doc?, Barbra Streisand says the same words. Love means never having to say you're sorry. And Ryan O'Neal responds, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Anyone who has ever loved knows what nonsense it is to think that apologies never have to be spoken. Anyone who has ever been married knows the vital importance of the words, I'm sorry, just to survive. John Lennon knew what he was talking about when he voiced the experience of all those who have ever been in love. Love means having to say you're sorry every 15 minutes. Let us never underestimate the power of words. How often have we been wounded by them? How often have we been strengthened by them? Children can be so cruel by calling each other names on the playground. These are just words, but these words can wound. In our day, we responded by mustering up a show of bravado and sneering back, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never harm me. Now, these are just words too, but these words somehow made us feel invincible. These words just might have strengthened us and prepared us for life better than the modern solution of calling in a lawyer and choosing to be a victim. We grow up, or we think we do, and still we use words as weapons. We use words to wound, to hurt, even to destroy. We say things, or write things, or tweet things with the specific purpose of ruining someone. We have never really left the playground. Yet words have the power to build up as well as knock down. One word of encouragement can make all the difference in a person's life. One word of consolation or gratitude or praise. It is easy to understand Emily Dickinson when she writes, I know nothing in the world that has as much power as a word. Sometimes I write one and I look at it until it begins to shine. The Christ understood the power of the word and used it. He knew the power of words to destroy, and he used that power to destroy affliction. He knew the power of words to create, and with a word called the dead to life. He said to a leper, be made clean, and the leper was no longer a leper. He said to a woman, give me a drink, and centuries of walls and barriers came tumbling down. He said to the world, it is finished, and the old world was. There is power in our words. Never think that love means not having to say, I'm sorry. Never think that love means not having to say thank you. Never think that love means not having to say, I love you. Love demands it, and love is nourished by our words. How often At funerals, have I heard people speaking many words in one of those so-called eulogies, dreadful things, all to try to make up for what they did not say during the person's life. The grief is not for the deceased. The grief is for opportunities missed. How true were the words of Harriet Beecher Stowe. The bitterest tears shed over graves are for words left unsaid and deeds left undone. Do not miss another opportunity to utter those little words which have so much power, those insignificant words which mean so much. Say, I'm sorry. Say, thank you. Say, I love you. And you will be astonished just how much power those words contain. Power enough to create a whole new world.